All right, I'm not able to stream, but I'm recording. We good to start? We have a quorum.
I think so. Vincent did pop in, assuming probably going to be.
We can give them
Yeah,
3 more
we
minutes.
can go ahead. Yeah. We can start. We can go over the intro stuff and all that, I think. I like to start these promptly.
Yeah, agreed. All right, treasury tracker. Treasury wallet is sitting at 605,000. Total balance for ecosystem fund is 37,000. Ecosystem fund limit is still 13.1 million Atlas.
Yeah, Swags fixed the mix up from last week.
Gotcha. Okay. For the pip tracker,
Oh, and I'm assuming Star Seekers is going to go up sometime this week.
okay. So pip 31 made it through. It's been approved. Just waiting for vote initiation.
Yeah, Swags just basically the all clear
Okay.
or ago.
Okay. Then we have a draft establishing a values list. That one's Emperors. We have a draft for payment. That one's, I think all those have just been in limbo. And the new one we need to add is the igniting the Phoenix one.
Hello, 1212. Can you hear me?
Hey, Winston. Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. Now enter a meeting minute. Oh, no, wait a minute. There's our quad. All right, what accomplishments do we have?
I only had the one. Winston sent out some payments.
Okay. When did that happen?
I'm on mobile again for the first 20, 30 minutes, so I can't look. Can you look it up, Winston?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Winston,
Hello?
we can hear you.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, sorry, the internet is bad here. Yeah, okay. So I missed most of what you guys said. Like, it was very choppy.
We're at the
When did the
accomplishments.
payments? Yeah, when did those payments go out that you did with the multi-sig?
So we had the one for Atom. We had Arena and we had the DAO casters. So for Arena, let me check. That went out on the I have to check. Wait, I need to open the multisig.
I can check the multi-sig right now.
I just checked it from the multi-sig. It said the 13th at 8:50 p.m. That would be
Okay.
Eastern Standard Time. Over that trend.
Yeah, I see it. So 1 million Atlas.
So for DAO casters, that went out on April 1st. And that was tokens for giveaways. So it was 360,000 times 5 minus 1 because VB actually returned it. So that's 1,400,040. Yeah, 1,440,000 Atlas.
This number here, Winston? The one from 13 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can see the 360,000 from VB came back because he withdrew from DAO casters.
Ah, I see. Okay. So 1.8 million.
And then the last one, and we sent as well the first payment for Atom, which was April 5th.
Where did that one come out of, Adam?
For 3,315,250 Atlas.
I don't think is that a new multi-sig?
That's the one we repurposed.
That's Artist Multis.
Yeah, Artie's most.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can rename that one to Atom.
But none of us can change the name. It doesn't work for any of us.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a feature to change the name on the wallet, but yeah, there is some kind of error with it.
Okay. Oops. I need to go to Soul Scan. And then we go to the wallet. There it is. Okay, and then balance changes. All right, there we go. So 3.3 million Atlas.
And while he's finishing that slide, I couldn't think of any other accomplishments we had this week. Can either of you other two?
I would say wait for Star Seekers for that to actually go up to vote before we list
I
it.
would agree. I would agree.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's the accomplishments.
3 million. Okay, so we made a bunch of payments. Good job. Nice job, Winston. Pain is always good. So 1 plus 3.3 plus 1.8, 6.1 million Atlas paid. Okay. All right, on to our meeting minutes. So the one I put
The
on
agenda?
was, oh yeah, the agenda. The one I put on was the draft review of igniting the Triad tournament. Emperor, you have, you had Triad tournament draft review 2. Then a top up, the ecosystem fund talk about. System. All right, X account update, DAO casters update, VV dropped, relay update. I don't know that one. Rogue, and then Rogue data.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, which quick ones
Let's
can we do first before we do?
Well, I didn't know how much time Nord had since he's here.
We can do the draft review first. It's up to you.
Yeah. Do you have? I'm assuming Nord, you don't want to sit here and listen to all our shenanigans would you rather us do yours first?
It's not a big deal. I've got a little bit of time, so completely up to you guys. Yeah.
What
All right.
quick
Well,
ones
if you
can
don't
we do
mind,
first?
we'll run through those short ones first, then, and
Sure.
we'll get to yours. Okay.
All good.
What was the first one after that I
Ecosystem.
had?
Ecosystem fund top up.
Yeah, I think it's time, right? We do it quarterly,
Yeah.
so we may be a few days past it. I don't have the pip in front of me.
Okay. So we need to do the calculation and then give that number to Swags.
Yeah, and we don't have to do it at this meeting. I think we can do it in the background, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to bring that up.
Jith,
Is
I
that
can
something
do
you want to
it,
do, Jith?
or you can do it.
You want to do it, Lanzer?
I would love for Jith to do it.
Okay,
I can do it.
that's fine.
I can easily do it. It'll take me 5 minutes, but I think Jith is on a roll, man. You're learning every single role there is in the council.
And this one should be easy.
It's
Because
super easy.
Everything that we have outgoing already isolated from the ecosystem fund anyways.
Tell you what, how about you and I do it independently? You give me your number, I'll give you mine, and we make sure it's the same number.
That works.
Okay. And then Jith, you give it to Swags just to complete the process. And then after that we can switch off. It really doesn't matter. It's super simple. All right.
Sound
I
good.
think we're done with that one.
Yep.
X account update. Did we get it back?
No, we didn't get it back. They rejected our Marengo, reapplied. They rejected it. I forwarded the email to Swags. Swags emailed X, and we're waiting to hear back.
X rejected Marengo's what?
Appeal.
What is going on over there? Automata sent email to X confirming.
It's especially frustrating that they don't actually tell you any specific reason. They're very vague about it, so you have no idea what's going on already.
There we go. Okay. So then the next thing is just see if they respond back to Michael's email, right? I don't think
Correct.
there's anything we can do. Okay.
Nope. And if they don't respond and unlock us after that, then we'll just create another one.
All right. All right, cool. Dockcasters, so VB dropped. Okay.
Then do you have any other update, Winston, from the I know you submitted a video.
That, yeah. So no. So people actually reported their so some content was created for week 1. They just failed to report it. So now we're actually caught up. Let me check the reporting sheet. I think everyone is up to date for week 1. There we go. Yep. So Funcracker posted his weekly newsletter. I pushed out my first video. Morpheus did some threads on Twitter. And there's also some Twitter content coming from all the members of Alice Arcade. So we're good on that point. So now it's week 2. And so about BB dropping, so he returned his funds allocation for giveaways. So that's already back in the multisig. We have to decide what to do now because we're down to 4 out of 5 and the program is already launched, like we're already halfway through month 1. So we have multiple ways we can go about this. First option would be to bring in the next person in line. That would be Slika. Then what we can do is share whatever was meant for the 5th guy. We just share it, split it amongst the remaining casters. or we just return, we just go with 4, and the rewards for the 5th, we just return it to the ecosystem fund. So these
I
are
heard
the
2.
3 options I see, but we could,
Winston, I heard
don't-
pick the next available caster, and then I heard keep with 4. What was the third one?
Well,
okay.
keep with the 4. Keep with the 4. He was saying to take the money that was going to be for the 5th and divvy it out to the other 4.
And just split it amongst. Yeah, or last one is we take the rewards that were meant for VB and we just return it to the ecosystem fund, and we keep going with 4 members.
And return.
Because the thing is, if we bring another person right now, it's gonna be 2 weeks late on everyone else. So how do we deal with that?
My vote would be
Go
Koa
ahead.
2. Yeah, my vote would be Koa 2 for this month. We bring in the next person for the 5th, and then we go with Koa 1.
I would say we just return the stuff. That way we're not, like, we have to be careful that we're not violating the deal. I guess we wouldn't be with yours if we just go with one more. They just go with 4 for the first month and then 5 for the last month. I guess we wouldn't be violating any of the PIP language.
Yeah, we'd
I
be
definitely don't
restoring
think
it.
we can split it. Yeah.
Okay, so they think the only difference between
So
you and
what we
I
can-
is you think we should do Koa 3 first, and then we get Koa 1.
What are you saying? Koa 3 and 1?
Koa, like course of action. So there's 3 courses of
Oh.
action. One is pick the next available Dowcaster on the list. 2 is keep 4 casters and divide up the fist money with the other 4. And then 3 is keep 4 Dowcasters and return fist compensation back to the Dow Treasury. I'll say
Oh,
option
yeah.
instead of Koa.
Yeah, that's an acronym that I don't use in my life.
All right, so option. All right, so I think option 2, then option 1 for next month. Jith or Emperor thinks option 3, then option 1. Jith, what do you think?
I would say option 1 for next month and option this month.
Option which this month?
Option 1 for option 3 for this month and option 1 for next month.
Okay. Winston, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, so that'll
Sounds
carry
good.
the day then.
I agree too.
I agree with Jeff. We go with option 3 for this month. Whatever was for VB, we return it to the ecosystem fund. And next month, for month 2, we bring in the next person in line if they want.
Okay, that'll carry it then. So we will return the fifth VB's compensation back to the treasury, and then bring in the next Dowcaster for next month, and that will proceed to compensate as normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. And I think we can skip those next 2, and I don't want to keep Nord waiting too long. So I think I would like to move to the PIP draft.
Okay.
All right.
And I can't read it this time. Sorry.
I have it. Okay, I just hope you guys can hear me well.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So, igniting the Star Atlas Triad Tournament, a Super Phoenix Sports live esports event. So authors are Moni, Lanzer, and Nord. So
Yes.
this proposal seeks funding of the ecosystem fund limit, currently 13,143,639 Atlas. So this might actually change now if we top up the fund. Like the actual current limit. of 25%.
Say that again?
Yeah, because the limit. So we changed it. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but when we set the Atlas amount that people can receive is when the final draft is final. And this is definitely not the final draft of the idea.
Mm.
If we get the top up this week, that's before it's done. It's still before it is sent to the kitchen, is what I remember we decided. So technically it'll be whatever the top up is this coming week.
I thought it was whenever we sent it to the foundation for review.
Same thing.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we're nowhere near.
I said kitchen. I meant foundation. I messed it up
okay.
again.
Okay, got it.
Regardless, that's still a ways out.
The top
Yeah.
up? Or,
Okay, so
Oh, sending it to the foundation. Sending it to the foundation.
okay. Yep. So Nord, if you're taking notes, or I don't know who's taking notes, and Nord, pop in at any point if you want to interject anything. We don't mind. So
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I guess I'm not quite familiar with the difference would mean with the top up you guys are talking about. I mean, a rough
you'll get
idea,
more
but-
Atlas. Yeah, you'll just get a little bit more Atlas,
Got it. Okay.
So we need to change the number?
but we don't know the number.
Oh, okay. Got it.
yeah, that's just gonna have to be edited at the last moment when we send it to foundation.
Okay.
So this proposal seeks funding of the ecosystem fund limit for the production and broadcast of the Star Atlas Triad tournament. So it's the first ever event, competitive event spanning all 3 UE5 game modes. So there will be racing, gun mode, and siege mode. So that's produced by the SPS team. This mega tournament will be the most ambitious competitive Star Atlas event ever attempted and will be broadcast live across multiple platforms to a global audience. So you can see the video on demand of the previous events on their YouTube channel. Motivation. So there is a live esports audience for Star Atlas. The viewership of SPS tournaments proves it. Since September 2025, SPS has hosted 6 tournament events, uniting DAX, rival factions, and external Web3 communities around competitive Star Atlas gameplay. So they also had 2 large-scale Clash of Titan tournaments featuring the gun mode and racing mode on UE5, which ranked in the top 1% of Twitch and top 10% of YouTube live streamers in December 25 and April 26. So I'm not sure what they mean by that. So 1% of Twitch, that means like on the Star Atlas section, because I don't think they could have rated like 1% of all streams on Twitch. That would mean there's hundreds of thousands of people watching.
Yeah, it does mean that.
Unless,
If you get more than 20, you're in the top 1% of all of them. Most don't get above 5.
really?
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, you're talking live active viewers
Wow.
in that moment in time. But yeah, absolutely. There's a big difference between kind of live concurrent active viewers watching in the moment versus, once it's recorded and they watch it after.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
We're
Yeah, that
surprised
really helps for the.
So
I guess the point of that is
over-
it moves us up the leaderboard on Twitch, so we're pretty much always in kind of that top
Yeah.
searchable leaderboard, during these events on Twitch, which is kind of cool for growth.
Yeah, that's cool for visibility. Over 1,000 viewers tune in across 4 platforms: Twitch, X Broadcast, Kick, YouTube Live. 40 Star Atlas community players have competed. SPS paid out over $5,000 USD and $8,000 worth of SHIP in the prize pool, almost entirely from its own resources. So the community has responded. The audience is real. The infrastructure exists. By the end of April 26, SPS will have hosted 10 or more tournament events, including the first ever Siege Mode tournament in Star Atlas history, laying the groundwork for the Triad tournament at the end of May 26. This proposal asks the DAO to back the next chapter. A unified 3-mode championship is the kind of marquee live event that elevates Star Atlas from a game with a competitive scene into a legitimate esport. It brings new eyes to the ecosystem, rewards active players, and demonstrates to the broader gaming world that Star Atlas has arrived. The DAO stated long-term vision is a player-owned, community-driven metaverse. Competitive live events are the most powerful tools available to build that community. This is how we get there. Okay, any comments on the motivation section?
Not for me.
That seems legit to me. Okay. No, that's going to be stakeholder impacts. Okay. The specification. So the Triad tournament is a single championship weekend event featuring 3 consecutive competitive brackets across 5 game modes. So racing mode bracket, gun mode bracket, and siege mode bracket. So each bracket operates as a standalone competition with its own prize allocation, seeding, and format. Okay. Combined scores or a point system across all 3 brackets will determine an overall Triad champion. Okay. So you can compete in multiple, it's not like happening all at the same time. You can compete in all 3 different brackets inside it. And then there's one global, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be.
Like if you want to win the overall championship, you're very encouraged to compete in all 3 modes, right?
Correct. Yeah, you could. We'll be running. The idea is to do it all in one day. It'll be a pretty long event combined, but they'll effectively be kind of miniature brackets back to back.
Okay. So the event will be broadcast live.
Hey, Winston, I think we should probably clarify that it's all in one day, because that was a good question, because I was kind of curious too, just for a little more clarification.
Okay. The event will be broadcast live across Twitch, YouTube, and additional streaming platforms with professional commentary, overlays, and production quality consistent with prior SPS events. A recorded highlight package will be distributed across Star Atlas and SPS social channels following the event. Okay. Participation will be open to the Star Atlas community members, including DAC members, independent players, and invited Web3 community representatives. Registration details, bracket structures, and price breakdowns will be published in advance of the event. Prize pool distribution will be drawn from a combination of the requested Atlas funding and outside fundraising. Specific prize tier breakdowns will be published as part of the tournament event. So prize pool distribution will be drawn from a combination and outside fundraising. So do we have specific numbers yet on the actual prize pool?
We have not established the exact prize pool breakdown just yet. We'll have to we'll figure out the exact structure of each of the brackets as far as how many people will be playing in each heat and how that's going to roll out. That's usually how we decide if we're going to pay out 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4 across each of the 3. But very likely we'll be looking at prize packages between $500 and $1,000 per bracket, so for each of the 3 events.
And some of this feedback, Nord, isn't necessarily anything that would make or break it from the council's perspective. Yeah. It's just
clarification.
Feedback, and yeah.
Nope, that's
it's
great.
Not like if you didn't not give that information, it would still qualify as an acceptable draft. And I did. And I did. My question earlier, following Winston's about the one-day event, it does say a weekend event, so that's good enough. Sorry about that. Yeah,
we've already found. I mean, we've been doing some testing on that, and we're doing a bit more here in the next couple of weeks about splitting up events and doing multiple events. Saturday, Sunday, or multiple during the week, and it genuinely feels like kind of doing it all back to back on one day is probably the best way to get the largest audience and get the most participation and all that.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yep.
I'm good with that section.
Stakeholder impact. So players positively impacted. Competitive players gain a high stake, high visibility event to participate in, and a meaningful prize pool funded by the DAO. Policyholder and DAO members positively impact. A successful broadcast event with strong viewership, drive awareness for Atlas, and increase the perceived value of the ecosystem. DAO funding is deployed toward community visible output with measurable results. Potential negative impact: the funding request represent a draw on ecosystem funds during a bear market. Non-competing community members, viewers, and community members who do not compete still benefit from the content and community energy based event. Automata and the foundation positively impact priority esports production at no cost. Automata amplifies the game's visibility at a critical moment in the unified launch cycle. External Web3 and gaming communities positively impact. FPS has a track record of bringing outside communities into its events, expanding the game's reach beyond existing player base. And that was some of the question. If you see groups like maybe detailing some of that would be good, like give some actual examples, like what communities have you partnered with outside of the SA ecosystem? Just give some examples.
Sure, not a problem.
That would be a good addition.
Yeah, and it's not the Star Atlas Foundation, it's the Star Atlas DAO, because we're not a foundation, we're a DAO, right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the DAO is a
Yep.
foundation company.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And one E.
Yeah, just
yeah, okay,
yep,
we can fix that.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so implementation details. Upon approval of this PIP, the following steps will be executed in order. SPS confirms internal production team assignments and finalizes event format across all 3 brackets. Okay, event format. SPS publishes all official event announcements, including registration details, bracket structure, price breakdown, and broadcast schedule across Star Atlas, Discord, X, and SPS channels. Player registration opens. SPS manages registration, seeding, and bracket construction. SPS conducts a pre-event test broadcast to confirm technical setup across all streaming platforms. The SA-3 tournament is hosted and broadcast live at the end of May 2026. The DAO will continue to be featured throughout the tournament. Prize pool will be distributed to winners in Atlas for event completion. SPS publishes a post-event report to the DAO, including viewership numbers, participation data, and full accounting on fund usage. SPS is the responsible party for production, broadcast registration, and prize distribution. The event operates entirely on existing unified game modes. Post-execution live broadcast across Twitch, X, and additional platforms. Event coordination managed by SPS internal infrastructure and existing challenges, scheduling, player availability, and scheduling across time zones will be managed through advanced registration and clearly published bracket timelines. Low registration will be addressed through active community outreach beginning immediately upon PIP approval using previously established best practices by the SPS team. State of the game modes. Different game modes are at various degrees of completion. There are known bugs hosting a tournament difficult, such as invisibility bug, crashing, 5-minute game start delay bug, and spectator camera bugs. These bugs have caused previous tournaments to be postponed. As of April 12, 2026, gun mode is stable enough to host weekly tournaments. Racing mode is hostable but not entirely stable, and siege mode has multiple stability issues that may not be fixed before the trial tournament is scheduled to be held. SPS team and the SA development team are in constant communication about feature requests to improve the state of the game. Should any one game mode prove too unstable to host a quality tournament, SPS team will need to either delay the tournament or rescope the tournament as a compromise. It will be the responsibility of the SPS team to determine this. Regarding this, have you established clear rules as to what will cause to postpone or cancel one of the tournaments? Like, is it just how do I put this? Like, is it on specific bugs? Like, okay, there is like last time for the tournament, I think you had set up some rules for specifically for the invisibility bug. Or is it just in case of game crash, do you try again? Or like, do you have a set of clear written down rules for how this will go?
Yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job. We've had quite a few of those issues come up the last few weeks. In some of the game modes we've been testing and doing. I think the reality is we try to host the tournament under just about any circumstances. I mean, I think the only thing that would cause us to have to, postpone maybe one of the 3 game modes, like I said, we would pretty much go right up until the last moment that we can to make that decision. So it would probably literally be days before that we'd have to make that decision, and that'd be our folks would be testing a game prior and just kind of and talking to the players and stuff too who are practicing and playing. They give us a lot of feedback about the bugs and how sustainable or stable it is for a tournament. So we would establish all that ahead of time. I think there's a few issues now obviously that we've already identified, especially in siege mode because it's relatively new, but we're in pretty good contact with the team. So I have a meeting with Michael tomorrow, a matter of fact, about game stability and a couple of other things. So we'll kind of, work with them as best we can and see if we can get timelines. And I think part of the whole idea is we're, targeting the end of May to give us a decent runway on that. And they have helped us out in the past by, adding a few patches and updates for us, even in the racing mode prior to our event, a month or so ago. So that would be our goal, and we move forward that way. But obviously, if one of those 3 modes is just completely unsustainable right up until a few days prior, I guess we just want to make sure that we have the ability to kind of pull the trigger on that if we had to.
I think the 2 bugs that really cause us to postpone is if there's a lobby bug where we can't start the game on time, like that 5-minute start bug. That one became so bad that we had to postpone because it took at least 5 minutes once you click start for the game to start, and that really blew the timeline out of the water, especially when you're doing like 5 or 6 games in a row. And the second one would be if the spectator camera bug.
So yeah, you're an hour late on the whole thing.
Right, exactly. It turns a 3-hour event into a 6-hour event. And no one wants that. So then the next one would be a spectator bug where we can't watch it. If we can't watch it, we can't stream it. So that's one of the reasons why we had to postpone in the past, because both of those bugs were present, and we had to postpone Star Shooter.
Yeah, I think the moral of this story is if this was your guys' first time doing this, I think it would be a little harder pill to swallow, but you're doing the best you can with what you have, and you have practices in place. And I think the community, it could, if I were the authors, I would put that in there somehow. Like, there are known bugs, we've dealt with them in the past. However you want to word that, I think that would be valuable to put in there.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I think we've done, as best we can. There's, a few of these bugs we try to mitigate with just the way we structure the tournaments and, how many players we put in each instance. And I think the length or duration of some of the shooter tournaments, we've reduced those to kind of reduce or limit the invincibility bug. Like we've found a few loopholes that tend to help, and we'll try to navigate those as best we can. But we did have a rule set in place. So I guess just to the point earlier is that even when we know we had that kind of known bug, let's say with the invincibility in the arena, we still had a rule set involved where when we knew that came up and it was cited, that we'd go ahead and do match restarts. And so that was kind of published as part of the game rules so that all the players, were on the same page ahead of time. So even if that's the case and we have something that's known that we can do our best to avoid, we'll still kind of try to build in expectations for it right up until, game day. So.
Perfect.
All right, good. So last one is a return on investment is offered to give back to the DAO, section 8. So we'll get to that later. Timeline. So the projected timeline is approval by mid-May 2026. Does that seem realistic to you guys? So we have Star Seeker coming up right now. So that's going to be on for at least 2 weeks. So that brings us to end of April. And if by then this one is ready to go to the foundation, I guess, mid-May seems realistic.
Yeah, I would just caveat I would caveat that sometimes the process, the finalization, like basically the foundation and the kitchen, can sometimes take longer than any of us would like. So I would wait to hear from us before you publish any dates if it does get, when it goes to the voting stage. That's just something to keep in mind. We might have to change the dates if it gets pushed out too far. But Nord, typically we've adjusted that stuff on the back end even after the final draft. Sometimes we edit people's final draft for them with their approval after it hits those thresholds. So.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you guys definitely would know more about timing, obviously, than we would. Targeting mid-May kind of fits with our goal of actually getting the tournament out at the very end of May. I think we would probably target and focus on that end of May date for the actual event, just because there is a pretty good run-up in marketing and some of that stuff that we do targeting a specific date for viewership. So, but I guess it also gives us time to pivot if we hit mid-May and there's not enough movement, on this side of things, or we think it's going to significantly delay. I think that also gives us time to pivot a little bit if we had to.
Cool. If you guys are willing to be flexible, that's always helpful. So
cool. All right.
We also have the DAO caster Atlas Brew at the end of May. And if you guys are, maybe you guys could actually join this one if you want to promote the tournament. I think it lines up pretty well. Bring some additional exposure.
Yeah, that'd be great. I've actually done that the last couple of times. We've had the larger Clash of Titans tournaments. I've been able to sneak in the brew for a couple minutes, and that always helps quite a bit. And I think those are a couple of our key components. If we can get in the brew, usually the week of or the week before, that's really helpful. And then I plan to schedule kind of a full live stream with the folks over at Solana Gaming. They've been really helpful, getting us a lot of eyeballs and attention on kind of these marquee events.
All right. So even announcement and registration open within 7 days of PIP vote concluding. Pre-event test broadcast 1 week prior to event. The live event end of May 2026. Per potential challenges noted in paragraph 6F2. Per PIP 23 refresh of ecosystem fund, a PIP may not extend for more than 1 year. If a delay is needed, then the event has up to 1 year to complete. Okay. Price distribution within 7 days of event completion, and post-event DAO report within 14 days of event completion. Payment schedule, please see below proposed milestone for payment. So cost and resource allocation. So the one-time cost, so that's to be decided after the refill of the ecosystem fund and when it actually goes to foundation. That's when we will lock in the actual amount of Atlas. Operations and broadcast, Atlas will be primarily allocated to personnel of SPS team and required infrastructure. So multi-platform streaming requirements and technical stack. Prize pool, minor Atlas amounts will be allocated to trial tournament winners across all 3 brackets. Okay, do we have actual percentage of that you would like to include in the PIP, or is that not decided yet? How much of the prize pool will go to each category? How much goes to operation and broadcast? How much goes to the prize pool?
I think we'll have to get a breakdown for that. The reality is we're still going to be footing a good chunk of the bill for kind of all of it combined. So we can certainly do kind of a split allocation. No issues with that, because obviously our operating costs kind of exceed most of this anyway. But it is still still very helpful, and I think it's a good way for us to kind of help advertise the DAO and that stuff too. So, no, we'll work on that. I'll figure out the prize pools for each of the 3, and then we can kind of work that back into what percentage, of the PIP amount we're requesting will be applied toward that, and then applied toward ops.
I'm going to make a quick interjection here. I just posted the code for tonight in the chat. We're getting later in the meeting and I didn't want to forget about it. The code for tonight is Atlas. So
Nice.
sorry about that.
Atlas. And I'm going to do that right now because I'm going to forget.
All right.
So recurring cost, 0 Atlas, no recurring cost. Total requested ecosystem fund limit. Should the ecosystem fund limit be raised before the amount is locked, usually upon sending for foundation review, then this PIP amount is raised to the new limit. If it is lowered, then it stays at 13.1 million Atlas. Okay, yeah. Source of funding. So SA-DAO Ecosystem Fund, PIP 23. Alternative funding, SPS has self-funded over 13K in prior prize pools, production costs across 6 events. This proposal represents the first DAO funding request made by SPS. Sponsorship outreach to external Web3 partners is ongoing and may supplement future events. Ongoing cost, none. This proposal covers a single event. Future events will be subject to separate proposals or alternative funding arrangements. ROI. So even during the current bear market, esports viewership is strong. SPS has activated the larger Web3 community through not only player participation, but also sponsorships, advertisements, and bracket sweepstakes. The SPS team wants the DAO to share in its success. SPS will give 1% of revenue earned from the Triad tournament back to the DAO. So that revenue comes from, I guess you guys take fees on because people can bet, right, on the outcome of the games.
Yep, that's right.
Advertisements.
And so we're kind of going through a refresh right now, and so we should have a completely updated kind of user version of that, both for the brackets across kind of all 3 of those back-to-back events, and if possible, we'll try to get some kind of direct either prediction market or kind of like straight line betting available too. So we want to have a couple of different options across all 3 events, sort of back-to-back for that day.
Okay. Additional details, conflict of interest. SPS is powered by Super Phoenix DAO, a long-standing Diamond Hands member of the SA community and owner of the Super Phoenix. This conflict of interest is mitigated through SPS being a separately registered company and transparent post-event reporting. Lanzer is currently the director of SPS team. He also serves on the DAO council and is co-author of this PIP. Lanzer will recuse himself from all necessary activities where an impartial decision is needed as council member. Milestone payment release vote, council 3 vote for a PIP to proceed to foundation review. Okay. Morengo is also currently on the SPS team. She also serves on the DAO council, and she will recuse herself as well from all necessary activities where an impartial decision is needed as council member. Okay, so it's going to be Emperor, Jif, and myself doing the milestone voting.
Yeah, we can participate in like we can still help with like the details, but in terms of like voting for it to go, yeah, we probably need to recuse ourselves because we were on the team.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Earlier versions, this proposal has not been previously submitted or rejected. Separate SPS tournament events have been previously funded under PIP22 Iris Bounty Arena events. Costs to produce tournaments greatly exceed the Iris Bounty Arena max limit funding of $250, which resulted in this PIP. Reference, past SPS broadcast available for community review at the YouTube channel for Super Phoenix Sports. And a Google Doc version is available for review as well, which has been included in the PIP. And that brings us to the end of the draft. Okay, overall, I think it's pretty solid. I just need to clarify the actual amount in Atlas once we get there. And yeah, maybe the actual timeline of the event, maybe specify it's all happening on one day, and we'll have to add the date at the end when it's all decided. But overall, I think it's solid.
Can we go back over the section, the payment? Are we requesting payment before or after the thing is put on?
That's
So we had it kind of structured with milestone payments. So the thought was, 25% kind of at approval, but then 50% after completion, and then the final 20% after we kind of get all the stats and all the recorded stuff after the fact pulled together.
Wait,
So
where
I don't know.
is
You
that
guys
milestone?
kind of tell me, but I think if we spread it out a little bit, the bulk of it being post event, that seemed pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Did I miss that in there somewhere
Now I'm
in
looking
the
through it
actual
right
PIP
now.
draft?
I don't see it.
No,
Am I
it's at
doing a
the end of the
copy?
timeline section.
That's
Yeah, but it says please see below proposed milestone payments, but the actual milestone payments,
Oh,
like
that's
the
a
actual
copy.
milestones, I don't see it.
Oh,
That was a copy paste issue. Hold on, let me open up the Google
sorry.
Doc.
Yeah. I'm looking at my version at home. So,
Dang it.
but that is we'll update that then because we have it here. The idea was 25%
There it is, right here.
at the yes vote. Oh, you got it there, Lancer?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 milestones. The first one
Yep.
is conclude PIP vote, which is a 25% payment. That's underneath our maximum for what we decided is SAC-3. And then the 50% would wait until we complete the tournament. And then the last 25% would be after the results report is published. So 75% is held until the tournament is done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, I like this is just my perspective, but once it's done, you guys can get paid. I think having the report would be really, really good. But I guess, well, I kind of take that back. So getting multiple payments from swags is a pain in the butt. So I guess what we decided was we'd create a multi-sig for every PIP, and then he would fund that multi-sig, and then we would make the payments. So I guess it's not a big deal if we do it that way.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll think about that then. Maybe we'll do it down to 2. Okay.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we've got some flexibility
I
there.
don't think it really makes a difference to us either way.
No.
So does that meet our milestone guidelines? You have to have, if you have 3, then you can get paid up front. Maybe that's why you did it in 3.
Yeah, I did it in 3 just to
probably
be
true.
safe. It was 2. You need at least 2 to get 25% up front. But I went one further
Okay.
because I wanted to be safe.
Yeah, I don't even think we need to be safe, but since we're in charge of the multi-sig, it doesn't really matter.
I'm trying
But no, I
to
think it
stay
looks
above
good.
reproach.
Yep, we appreciate that. I'm assuming you guys saw the feedback on the draft. I think those would be good questions to answer somehow. I don't know that they have to be in the draft, but probably wouldn't hurt.
Yep, I did see that. I was gonna kind of put some stuff together. What was it? Sly, I think, had it out there, right, in the draft. Yeah. Yep. Sly Groove. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Groove has some questions. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we'll fix that copy paste issue and get it in there.
Yeah,
I
I
did
think it
a
sounds
rough-
good.
Everything else looks
I did,
like it's in there.
I did a rough calculation of what the projected next ecosystem fund will be, and that ended up being 13.5 million. So not that different.
Okay.
I do have to check a few things with that, but I don't think that they're big enough that it's going to make that much of a difference.
Got it. Okay.
That means Atlas is stabilizing out, so that's not a bad thing.
Cool.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us, Nord. It's always helpful to have the people here.
Yeah, no, it's great. I appreciate it, guys. This is good. I've definitely, I've watched 1 or 2 of these afterwards on the recording stuff, and I've meant to tune in a little bit more often, but it's tough. So yeah, I appreciate you guys going over this.
Yeah,
it's good.
And it's boring, so.
Well, you guys make it look easy, so.
Well, thank you.
The only thing that's
Cool.
left is the vote.
All right. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah. Well, Yep, thanks. Yeah, I would say with those changes, which we can okay after we get the final draft. I don't think we have to go over it at a meeting again. So I would say it's ready pending those corrections.
Jith, what say you?
Winston and Jip.
Yep. Yeah, once we have the milestone added in there, and I think it's going to be, well, we're going to have to wait for the actual pip refill as well. There's an ecosystem from refill, but once that's done, it's good to go, I guess.
Jip, you're good with it too? Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
You're good with it?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Approved
Sounds
pending
good.
milestone or pending changes that were recommended, particularly fixing the milestone, adding a couple examples, and clarifying that it's all in one day.
Yep. Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you. And Marengo and I do not vote. All right, that one's all done. Do we have anything left on our agenda? RDH relay update.
We can do it real quick. RDH, he responded. That's all I wanted to say is he responded. I don't know. I guess we're still waiting for them to officially request the funds for his final payment.
We're awaiting
I put the
RDH
link
team
there.
to request payment. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
And then Funcracker set up the website and everything, and he's making progress on his on that other one. I can never remember names.
Yeah, me neither.
Relay.
Relay, thank you.
Yeah. On the relay program, I do think that probably the biggest thing is how we address third-party music in the videos.
Ooh.
What we need to all weigh in on that, because there has been way too much BS with things just being taken down with no ability for us to have recourse by YouTube, X, so on and so forth. So address that.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess one main thing to prevent any issue would be to, first of all, the channel that will upload the videos needs to be registered on an independent email. Like not the same. It needs to be a complete separate entity. You know, if you can't take a look at what happened, for example, if you guys remember Beyond the Horizon, he got his channel taken down, not because he posted anything on the channel itself, but because he was using the same email for a separate YouTube channel where he uploaded a song, and that got taken down, and all of the channel linked to that email got taken down as well. So whatever they use for relay, it needs to be on a separate Gmail account that will be linked to the YouTube channel. And yeah, we probably need to put in some disclaimer that they shouldn't use third-party music unless it's royalty-free. But then again, maybe we just downvote anything that has, additional music, because just to be safe, because we're not gonna go and track down to verify that every track used is actually royalty-free and not something they got from any other source. You know. It's just additional work on the reviewers. So it's probably safer to just stick to pure in-game footage. And I guess just hope that the actual music from the game also will not trigger any copyright strikes. Small, but then we can't do anything about it.
Okay. I concur with that. That sounds like some good protection steps.
Yeah. And Funcracker just put that feedback in the chat for him, so he's aware of it, and I'm sure the last thing he wants is for it to get bombed. So
Yeah, I
But
was
that
going
was a
over
good catch, Chip.
I was going over the videos, and that one video had definitely using outside music, and that, as I don't have a problem with it, and the video was good, but issue is it's not us having the problem, it's third parties that were used to host this stuff having the problem.
Yeah, that's a good catch.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I made a note of it in our meeting minutes.
Sounds great. Well, I think that
Good
was it
meeting.
then on the agenda.
Yep, that's everything that we had on the agenda.
Cool. And Marengo did show up. You can put her on the thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Morango.
My brain is just yeah.
Good luck on your thesis.
I've been studying from Sunday night until today, and I have slept about 8 hours since Sunday. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm worse than any other Tuesday. So yeah.
Well, good luck.
What did you guys talk about?
You can rewatch it.
Ah!
Yeah. Most of it was the pip
No,
that we can't vote on.
sorry for that. I was going to say that I'm having a problem with the Relay webpage. I talked to Fancracker and he told me how to do it, but I actually can't access. I go to the leaderboard and it's blank.
Yeah, I was having trouble too, so I posted it in the chat as well. So hopefully he'll get something figured
Because
out.
I am in the webpage, but I can't use it.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. I made a note
They
of
got
that.
us out. Did you see that? So Lancer, Winston, and Jeff, you are on. It's your duty to fulfill for me an emperor there.
We'll get on
All
there.
right. All right.
I'm kidding.
Good luck
Okay, I
with
will.
the school.
Yeah. Oh, and what happened to X? A sum up?
We haven't heard
Yep.
anything
No
back
news.
Then yet, Swag's email, and we're waiting for a reply.
Oh, dang it. Okay, no news is no news, so
Yep.
it's fine. Thank you, guys.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
All right. See ya. Thanks for coming, everybody.